Hi guys, it's Abii. Welcome to my channel, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so as you can see from the title, Kathy is ready to paint. Look at her all nice and scuffed up. Just what we want. So basically, the plan is we will be priming. Look at all the blue dust, can you see it? All over. Wonder if I can. Perfect. And once we have done priming, I don't know how long that'll take. I would think priming won't take as long as spraying it pink, because with the pink I'll have to be more kind of precise. We do have a couple little spots that were rusty that'll need filling, but other than that, she's ready to be pinkified. It's very dark, significantly darker than how dark it was 5 minutes ago when I was last out here. But I've got lots of metal primer, an old sheet to put over the wheel, and fog tape to kind of separate the white and the blue, just in case I get that close. But I don't think I will want to try and get that close because I don't want to risk getting anything on the white. Why I'm doing this after the sun has set, I do not know. But yeah, so the most professional setup I think you'll ever see. So I'm just about to give you the reveal of a half primed Kathy. Pre-warning, looks a bit crazy because it did rain last night and so there are drippy marks. It's okay because it is just primer and I will need to sand all of the primer back down once it's done. But as for getting the pink on, I'm absolutely going to have to wait for a very, very, very dry forecast. Here she is in all her glory. See what I mean? Like, it's drippy. And if you can kind of wipe it off because obviously all this is dry. And then this is just, I guess, what the primer looks like wet, but it's not wet. Well, the primer isn't wet, but the van is. This side particularly, I think, looks really good. It's really well coated and it's also very smooth, and I'm just really impressed with that part. But anyway, around to the back. There is still some obvious blue spots. It was really, really dark when I was doing this part. You can see blue powder has dripped on, but that'll just probably wipe off because it is just powder and it's not like paint or anything. From when obviously the blue was sanded down. This bit down here, because obviously I haven't removed it, and I might look into removing it when I do the pink because I need to do the pink like properly. But I literally just got the spray can and like tried to squirt in there with it, which wasn't great, but you know, we do what we can. The fact that I did half of the priming in the pitch black and it doesn't even look horrendous, I just feel so good about it. I don't think I'm actually going to do the rest today because it's pretty wet and I don't want to risk anything. I feel like I already risked enough doing it in the middle of the night, which when I say that was like 5 PM. So yeah, we'll just skip right over to when I next do it. Never mind, I'm doing it now. By far the most annoying part of this is literally just taping everything up. But it's done. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing wrong that's causing so many drippages. I don't know if it's just because it's like wetter in the air today, or if I'm actually maybe like doing it too slow, or because I thought the whole point was that you don't go like too fast. But it's quite drippy. God, it's atrocious. I'm honestly not doing anything differently. I feel like it must just be like a really wet day. This is crazy. Okay, so my new plan is try and get a thin layer of primer on everything just for the sake of protecting the metal, and then maybe another coat on a dry day, because this ain't working. So, turns out I was just doing it wrong, and then I figured out how I should be doing it, which is essentially hold the can how a man holds his penis when he wheezes, and that gives you a good stance for it. And here we are. I only have the front left to do. I'm just about to take the grills off. I have what I assume to be 3/4 of a can left, and considering how much blue is out the front, I think I'll be okay, but keep your fingers crossed because I don't know for sure. Last part, and it's a really small area, so we should have enough, supposedly. Aside, those are cat poo bags or dog poo bags or nappy bags, whatever you like to call them. They have many uses apparently because they've come in really handy here. So she is completely primed, which is incredibly exciting because painting her pink was the one thing I wanted to do the most from day one. The only thing that sucks is I ran out of primer right at the end, but no metal showing there, so I think it'll be fine to just paint over as it is. Well, we'll see, but I think it'll be fine. I have good hopes. She's very damp inside, it seems. I really need to get some of those humidity reliefy little tubes, like, you know what I mean, to try and prevent that, because that can't be good for my bedding. Before I paint them, I just want to show you how gross and disgusting the metal bit in between the van and the high top is, because that's gross. Okay, hear me out. I know it's lumpy, but I did not sand the rust down before I painted over it. But for what it's worth, that looks a lot better than when it was orange. So my next step is to fill up this previously rusty hole with this stuff, big boy body filler. So I mix however much of that I think is necessary with, like, say a third of that with a third of the tube, and mix it up and then just stuff it on in there, and then it says it's ready to sand in like 15 minutes or so. And I think that is finally our final step before actually spraying it pink. Obviously sanding that includes sanding all of the primer, but yeah, that's the final step before I can actually get the pink on, which feels like it's been a long time coming. Oh, it's a bit messy. And there she is, all filled up. Oh my god, I look absolutely crazy. I did not realise how quickly this stuff hardens. Like, I was just casually going around doing my thing, and then it was just turning into like hard plastic. And I did manage to fill all the spots that I wanted to, which is really good, because all that leaves left to do now is sand down the whole primed area, and probably try really hard to sand down the filler because it's quite lumpy, and then actually get the pink on, finally. So I've sanded down and re-primed the filled parts, and I am not pleased with how I did that. I definitely need to sand them down more and re-prime them again, and repaint the where's my finger, and literally look at my hand, the little red bits on the white, because that's super annoying. But I mean, it got something done today. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely better than nothing. It's protected the rusty spots that were there, but we can do better. She is all sanded down, which means finally I have nothing left to do other than paint her. I don't know if I said before, but I'm going to be doing the front and back bars in chrome to match the wheels, which I'm very excited about. But without further ado, let's get some fucking pink going. This is the brand I'm using. I used their metal primer as well because I thought it would be best to have the same primer as the paint. Frozen raspberry is the colour, and I'm really excited to see what it looks like. I honestly did not kind of have any particular information as to why I chose this brand. I'm being choked. All I know is when I went on the spray paint website, they had a video of this being used and it looked really good and pigmented, which made me feel like I wouldn't have to buy as many. So, and obviously they had the colour I wanted. But other than that, I'm learning how good this paint is at the same time. Very backlit, but here she is. We're just getting started. I just retaped the sides with this thicker tape and sanded the little white areas that I obviously have not primed. Let's zoom out for you. Obviously that's big and lumpy, kind of looks like a penis. And there's a little bit of a lumpy bit there too. I don't really care, I did my best and it's all a part of her character. But let's finish pinkifying her now. Oh my god, I'm so excited. She's fucking glorious. Just in case you're wondering, I am literally not removing anything from the van to paint it. I'm just taping over them. So, it can be done. I am not looking for perfection here, but I am looking for not blue. Ta-da! It is completely pink now. I have used all but half of a can. I think I had about 6, yeah, had 6. I'm gonna give it, you know, a while to dry, and then I'm literally gonna do the clear gloss lacquer today as well, because I've started and I don't want to finish. No, that's the total opposite of what I want. I want to finish. So I am like, in love is not even the right description. I am beyond obsessed. I have had one really sweet man stop in his car to say that it was such a lovely colour and that I should have been born in the 70s as a hippie, or I should have lived in the 70s as a hippie. And if you know me at all, you know that is just the absolute best compliment you could ever give me. So I am truly living the dream today. I did the insides very badly. These obviously I did not even tape up, and I, on the other side, on the driver's side, I didn't even tape this part. I did that bit but not this part. I don't know why I suddenly got lazy when I did that, but under these pads is holes and rust, which I didn't know until I looked to paint it. So I'll need to be sorting that anyway, and I assume that these rubber foot pads aren't terribly hard to find because they look pretty simple, and if they're not, I'll just paint something cute on them, like flowers or some shit, or just paint it black, I don't know, but we're cute anyway. My phone is on 1%, so I'm gonna go in, and I should probably shut the door, so, and then I'm gonna come out and do the lacquer. And I'm pretty sure it's going to get really dark soon, so that's great. Just finished priming the van. I only used 2 cans for it, and it was looking, from what I can see, very glossy and beautiful. But as you can see, it's really, really dark, so I'm going to call it a night, and I will show you the results and possibly put a couple more coats of gloss on in the morning. Hello! I finally look a little bit presentable because I am going to Wilco's to get some chrome spray and maybe some black paint to paint all the things that I accidentally sprayed over, but maybe not, I don't know, we'll see. Because we're finishing the van today. I cannot believe this is happening. It's almost a year since I got the van, and this is what I've been wanting to do since day one. So this is truly dreams being realised. Literally almost shat myself thinking I had somehow managed to spray the windows pink, but it's luckily just dust. Jesus Christ. Can't really tell, but she's glossed now, and I guess all that's left to do is put chrome on the... What are they even called? What are they called? Someone let me know. I have no idea. Chrome, I'm just using this Rust-Oleum Chrome Look spray paint, and then when it's dry I'll go over it with the gloss varnish as well. This is my setup. Doing the tape is by far the most tedious, annoying part of this whole process, but it's probably also the most necessary part. It literally immediately got drippy. I guess I held it too close, but overall it looks good. I might sand that down when it dries and redo it, I don't know, but they do look pretty shit in the spots where it's dripped. Ooh. Shit. Oh my god, this is going to be harder than I thought. A drop of water. Ah! Drops of water keep dripping onto this, and no. I accidentally forgot to tape up the fuel hole plug thing. So I'm going to spray that too. That's actually really cute, to be honest. I just realised that this does not have tape on it. To refrain from absolutely exploding with rage because somebody who looked in the van untaped it so they could get in the door, and they did not tell me so I could retape it. Okay, it's freezing and I've completely untaped everything, just need to put the grills back on. So I'm gonna go inside and get a hot drink and collect myself, and I'll show you the proper finished final reveal now. Let's just take a moment. I am attempting to warm up now with a soy hot chocolate. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions at all, please ask me, because obviously I'm not a professional and I managed to get, in my opinion, a really good result. So please like, comment and subscribe, and I have more interior decorating videos in the works, so stay tuned for those.